Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. It's a Halloween one, as that's what I do normally on a Sunday up until the 31st of October, and then I'll start my Christmas crafts. So yeah, this is how I made the display. It was super easy and super cheap to do. So yeah, let's get into the video. So for today's craft, you're going to need a few things. The main thing that you will need is a skull of some type. Now, I picked this one up from Poundland. It's a glow-in-the-dark one. I didn't like the colour and I didn't want it to glow in the dark, so I'm going to paint this. But you could purchase a skull that's already painted in the colour that you want, and it'll save you a job. I also got some of the spider web with the 12 free spiders included from Poundland. I picked up a candlestick from a charity shop for £1.50 and a plastic plate that I paid 50p for, again from a charity shop. And this is to form the base for the skull. You can use any plate that you want and any candlestick that you want. I just wanted something quite tall. You'll need some fake foliage and flowers of your choice. I'm just going to be using the purple and the red. I got them from the market for £1 a bunch. And then I'll also be using the Turner and Grey spray paint. This is from B&M's. It's £2.99. I've used the black in loads of videos before and I've never used the white, so I'm excited to see how that works out. I've also got some white and black acrylic paint. This is out of a set that I got from B&M's for £5.99. You'll need a paintbrush, a glue gun, some tweezers, some wire cutters and some scissors. And yeah, I think that's everything that we'll need. So the first step that I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the plate to the candlestick. Now, unfortunately, I don't know what happened, but I seem to have misplaced a video somewhere and I haven't got any footage of me actually sticking it to the top of the candlestick. But I just made sure that I glued around the top of the candlestick and then placed the plate in the center. Say that 3 times fast. Yeah, so I just placed it in the center and then it's ready for spray painting the skull white and the candlestick black. So I've done that and I got a little bit impatient last night. I wanted to see what the skull looked like on top of the stand and it wasn't completely dry, so I have got white paint on the top, but you're not going to be able to see it. And for this step, we're going to start to paint the skull. So I'm super happy with how the white spray paint turned out. I only did 1 coat. It took 24 hours to dry like the black, but I'm now going to add the details onto the skull, and I'm just using a little bit of black acrylic paint and a small paintbrush. And the first thing I'm going to do is paint the inside of the eye sockets. And I'm also going to paint the inside of the nose as well. I've been looking on Google at skulls, so to have a look at where the shading is. And I'm not a painter, so this was the first time I've ever tried doing anything like this, and it was actually quite a lot of fun. The only thing I'd wished is that I'd had a smaller paintbrush, but I made do with what I had, and yeah, it took me about an hour to do, but it was fun. I'm not going to show you me painting the whole of the skull, but I will come back once I have finished painting the eyes and the nose. So I've painted where the eyes would be, and I've painted where the nose would be, and now I'm just going to use some more black paint and I'm going to paint round where the gums of the teeth would be, and I'm going to do that on the top and the bottom. And I've gone all the way around to the edge of the jaw, and now I'm going to do the inside of the teeth, but I'm going to do it in a dark grey, and I'm going to do round the edges and in the corners. And I'm also going to do wherever there's any creases in the skull and where there would be any natural shading. And I'm going to do this off camera because I'm going to be using a picture as a reference. And yeah, I will be back once I've filled in all the sections that I want to. So I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. I don't want to add any more to it. I'm not an artist, I'm not a painter, and I've got a feeling if I keep adding stuff, I'm going to make a right mess. So I'm happy with the results of how it looks, and I think I'm going to leave him like he is. Obviously, if you're more skilled at painting, you can add as much as you want, but for me, this is as much as I'm happy to put on. So all I'm going to do now is stick him to the center of the display stand with some hot glue, and I'm going to change the camera angle so it's a sideways view so you can see what I do next. So he's stuck on the stand and I'm happy with him. And now I'm going to do the base. Now these candles I have made in another craft. It was the one where I used the birdcage and the skeleton rat, and I will link it in the description below to see how I made these candlesticks with battery powered lights and using hot glue to make it look like it's got melting wax. So I'll link that in the description if you want to see how I made them. Really super easy and cheap to do. The lights are from Poundland for a pack of 4, and I just used black spray paint and hot glue, so I'll link that down below. So I've stuck them to the base and they're slightly hanging over the base of the stand. So I'm just going to use some dark purple and dark red flowers and some dark green leaves, and I'm just going to stick them around the base of the stand to hide where the candles are just slightly hanging over. And I'll do that off camera and I'll be back once they're finished. Now I haven't added them round the back yet because I was slightly worried that I was going to run out of flowers, and I want to do the top first. So I'm going to do the top and then I'll finish the bottom once I know how many flowers I've got left. So we're at the top, and the first thing I'm going to do is add some dark green foliage all around the base of the plate, just to cover the base around the skull. And I'm just using hot glue, and these are leaves that are in sets of 3, and I'm just going to make sure I go completely around the top of the plate, and once they're stuck in place I will be back. So they're stuck in place. I'm happy with how they're looking, and now I'm just going to add some more of the flowers that I added around the bottom, around the top. I'm just going to use a mixture of the purple and the dark reds, and yeah, I'm just going to have a bit of fun. I'm going to do it off camera. You've seen me do flower displays if you've watched my videos before many times, so I'm just going to stick them into place, leave the front of the skull blank, and now I'm going to add the flowers to the bottom, and once that's done I'm going to add some spiders and some bits of the spider webs, and it's finished. And really simple, really quick. The longest thing it took was 24 hours to dry the paint, and yeah, it's now time to see the finished result. So here it is, all finished. I glued a couple of spiders to the skull, one at the front, at the bottom of the jar, and one on its head. And then I just hung one on a bit of the spider web that was dangling down from the flowers at the top. And I'm really happy with how it turned out. Yeah, I'm really happy with this one. I do really like this, and I'm looking forward to having it lit up at Halloween. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you give it a thumbs up, great. If you leave a comment, I'll always reply. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see more from me and make sure you get your notifications, then hit the bell button. If you're returning, and always welcome friends. I'm so glad you came to spend some more time with me on this Sunday afternoon. I'm going to get cracking on tomorrow's video now while this is uploading. And yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic week, and I will see you in the next one. Take care for now, everybody. Bye bye.